Hi everyone, my name is Bailey Pretzer and I am a library science student with Louisiana State University. In this tutorial, I will be showcasing the many ways that you can browse or search the resources of the South Carolina Digital Library. The SCDL offers free access to over 200,000 items from more than 40 participating institutions. The intended audience of the South Carolina Digital Library includes citizens of South Carolina, students and lifelong learners, scholars and researchers, state and federal government, the business community, and hobbyists. The South Carolina Digital Library has provided many different ways to begin your search. Front and center, we have the search bar. Up here at the top, we have a Browse tab that also has many additional ways to conduct a search. Down below, we have action buttons. These link out to pre-filtered quick search options as indicated by their titles. In the top left corner is the SCDL logo. Clicking on this at any time will bring you back to the landing page and allow you to begin your search anew. Using the search bar is useful for when you know the item, topic, or subject which you want to search, but you don't know where you would find it under the pre-filtered quick search options. Typing Palmetto and hitting enter on your keyboard, we see that there is a little over 1,000 returns. Using the filtering options here on the left, I can narrow my search even further. I can even see how many items are associated with the filter that I select, such as 47 postcards, 25 documents. There's even geographic information, creator, collection, institution, and so on. Clicking up here in the top left corner for the logo, we will return to the home page and begin to browse the collections. We see that below every collection are quick access options. Some collections will have the option to view partner collection homepage and or view in discovery. And some collections will not have that option. Clicking on a collection's title will show a detailed overview of the collection and its unique materials, as well as the reason behind its accumulation. At the bottom are also hyperlinks for the owning institution, the media types within the collection, any associated counties, and any attached time periods within South Carolina Digital Library. All of these hyperlinks are contained to the South Carolina Digital Library website and will connect you to other similar resources. Again, we have the two different options to explore the collection further, by viewing the collection's homepage or viewing it in the catalog. Clicking on the View in Catalog will allow you to explore the contents of the collection further in the online catalog format while remaining on the South Carolina Digital Library's website. However, be aware that selecting View Homepage will take you away from the South Carolina Digital Library website and bring you to the collection's institutional homepage or the consortia-sponsored homepage. For example, here we have another website. To get back, you just click your back button, or you can simply type in scmemory.org and you will be back to the homepage. Now that we understand how to navigate a collection within South Carolina Digital Library, let's begin exploring by topic. Upon selecting Browse Topics, we will see that the list begins alphabetically with African Americans and ends all the way at the bottom with yearbooks of South Carolina. Topics provide only an insight to the subject matter that the resources are about, but not very much about the types of records that you might encounter. Let's take, for example, music. Among the results on the first page are news and news film collections, a scrapbook collection, sheet music, and collections that are from the work or works of specific individuals. Browsing a topic is a common way to begin a search with a database or a digital library that you are unfamiliar with, while not limiting your search to a media type or any other refining filters. Now let's take a look at the option to explore collections based on their geographic content relevance or geographic location by county throughout South Carolina. Counties throughout the state are listed alphabetically here in this list, in addition to a map in the background. You can select your desired county from here or by selecting it from the interactive map behind. To select it from the map, minimize this list by selecting the three lines here. As you can see, the counties are color coded. The darker the color of the county, the more collections they have. In Richland County, here in the middle, where the South Carolina capital of Columbia is, there are 126 collections, while in Calhoun County, right below it, there are only 32. In order to move forward with your selection, you must click on View These Collections. And immediately you will see what collections are located in Calhoun County or relevant to its area. Narrowing your search by geography is a great way to explore the diverse components of a particular area's cultural heritage and discover all the ways that it is connected to events and people and history. Going back to the main page, let's explore browsing by institutions. This method is useful when you want to explore a collection from a museum, library, university, or other cultural heritage institution. Here we see an alphabetized list of the participating institutions, and at the top is a drop down menu of the same list that provides a more condensed overview. By selecting an institution from this menu, you can jump directly to the institution's collections and get a quick synopsis of them. However, selecting an institution directly from this page will first bring you to that institution's homepage within the South Carolina Digital Library's website. Let's look at College of Charleston and their collections by selecting it from their page. As you can see, we have a brief overview of the institution and a glimpse of its newest collections, as well as the option to view collections or view catalog. Selecting View Catalog will allow you to look through all of the materials in every collection from College of Charleston, while viewing the collections will display each individual collection the institution has made available for online access. Browsing by institutions is another great way to explore the vast cultural heritage resources made accessible by institutions throughout South Carolina, as well as institutions with connections to South Carolinian history. Let's return again to the main page by clicking on the logo in the top left corner and explore media types. This method is useful when you want to locate a specific type of media format or explore the types of media formats that showcase South Carolina's cultural heritage. Again, we have an alphabetized list of the different types of media contained within the collections. You can browse collections that contain or consist of anything from architectural drawings, film, oral histories, pamphlets, and even sheet music. Exploring sheet music, we see the Massenet First Edition operas, operas that were written by a prolific French composer and exhibit unique operatic genres. We also see collections that highlight eras of popular music, such as wartime music, or music that was created by specific individuals or specific groups. Returning to the main page, let's choose to browse by time period, one of the most common ways to do historical research. After clicking Browse Now, we are presented with a lot of familiar periods in history, such as the American Revolution, when the British rule was being overthrown by colonial Americans, and of the New Republic, when colonial Americans were building a new nation. Although the two periods overlap, you can see the value in having materials specific to an event. And you can also, if you wish, view them all together. As you can see, the list is alphabetical until it reaches here at the Renaissance from 1300 to 1600, where it then continues in chronological format. Continuing on, the years are broken down to specific eras throughout the centuries to better aid your researching needs. As before, selecting an option will display all of the collections relevant to your chosen time period. I'm going to select the Great Depression from 1930 to 1938. Again, we see a population of collections that range across topics, media formats, and from many different regions of South Carolina. Browsing by time period is an excellent way to discover resources when you are researching any specific time in history. Lastly, also located in the Browse tab is Collection Discovery Tool in beta. While this discovery tool is still in development, it provides an excellent way at a more user-controlled approach to exploring the collections available in the South Carolina Digital Library by combining all of the filtering options made available from the pre-filtered action buttons that we have just explored from the main page. Thank you for joining me in this tutorial. I hope you have gained a better understanding of how to successfully navigate the South Carolina Digital Library, the resources it offers, and the many ways to explore them.